I can't believe we're about to wrap up this entire semester of personal and family finance. I hope that you've packed your toolbox full of useful tools and you're ready to get started. In the final case study module folder, you'll find an overview of the entire project here. You can click here to access the overall directions and rubric, as well as the case study. Linked in the directions will be your personal financial plan spreadsheets, which will be your workbook. You may click here, File, make a copy, and you'll want to name this your name. Here we go. Now you have your own workbook ready to edit. Discussion question 1. Use the information to calculate Jerome's net income and cash flow. You've got to go to the Smart Asset Paycheck Calculator and determine his net pay. At some important facts. Jerome is in North Little Rock. He makes $43,000 a year gross. He puts in $100 a month into a pre-tax retirement account, and he has a brother, Kyle, in which he is dependent on Jerome. Hop into Smart Asset and find out what Jerome's take-home pay is given this information. Once you determine Jerome's net income, think about how important that's going to be when you start working on the cash flow statement. And what is the difference between gross pay and net pay? This is where in the final letter you can explain what you've learned and how you can figure a number of things using the financial tools from this course. Now that you've determined Jerome's net pay, let's complete the PFP cash flow statement. Go back into the final case study and pick out all the components you need to complete the cash flow. Moving on to discussion question number 2. You need to determine if Jerome is going to receive a tax refund or owe additional tax. How will you do that? Hop into the IRS tax simulator or use the Smart Asset Tax Estimator and determine, given his information, if he owes income tax or will receive a refund. And if a refund, what amount will that be? Moving right along to discussion question number 3. Here's where you'll determine Jerome's debt and his debt to income ratio. How will you do that? Run back into the case study and pull out the information relevant to complete his debt, the ratio, and a complete PowerPay assessment, which should include the PFP debt and also 3 screenshots from PowerPay. Once you enter the information, you'll need a screenshot of the creditors, the options. Are you going to pay back the smallest amount first, the highest interest first, and then whichever one you choose, the detailed calendar. Moving into discussion question 4, you're going to determine what type of insurance coverage you would recommend for Jerome. Go back to your assignment over insurance comparisons and do the research based on his needs, what he has, and then determine should he change insurance, keep his insurance. There's no PFP for this one. And in addition, you'll also have to do a little research on your own and use your text for reference to determine what type of life insurance that Jerome would need. On to discussion question number 5. Here you're going to determine whether Jerome should move to Conway. If he does, what options are available as far as rental compared to apartments in Conway? And then what if he wanted to purchase a home? What would his payment be per month given this information, as well as show me what can he afford? There is a PFP for this, as well as a group discussion in which you'll be able to compare with other peers, as well as make the right decisions based on more options. Once you have all of the information put together, it's time to create a detailed monthly budget based on all of this material and all of the allocation of monies that Jerome has coming in. So you had your cash flow, you've made a few decisions, and now that you just finished your daily spending diary paper and tracking your own daily spending, think of some other categories that Jerome is probably allocating money to, but yet just didn't give you that information. That means you'll have to go in and tweak his budget, detail some list items, allocate all monies, and if you have some money left over, that might be where you want to transition into your SMART goal, which brings us to the final discussion question 7. Create a SMART financial goal for Jerome. You have a plethora of information, you have the tools, you have all that it takes to create a SMART financial goal. Make sure that you can easily identify the specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound goal. Submitting Part 1. You can easily take this and copy and paste into a new document so that you can start building the content for your letter based on these discussion questions. So as you answer the different questions, take notes and complete your PFPs at the same time. Now let's submit 2 PDF files for Part 1. File, Download, PDF, Workbook, Portrait, Fit to Page, and then Export. So I'm going to have 2 PDFs that I will submit in Blackboard. Part 1, I'm going to upload 2 PDF documents. 1, my workbook, 2, my draft of the letter or answers to the discussion questions. Download, save as PDF. I'm going to submit both of those files. They do not have to be together, but they both must be PDF files.